Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for this episode 2 of the Peak 10 Gaming Industry Technical Series. This episode is entitled Data Center Infrastructure and is focused on educating IT professionals in the gaming industry with information around data center and co-location facilities. My name is Bill Cashman. I'm a gaming infrastructure design architect here at Peak 10, and I'll be your host for this entire series. Peak 10's been providing IT outsourced solutions to the gaming industry for over 5 years, and has come across the same recurring questions over and over again centering around security, streamlining processes, the cloud, low latency networks, scalability, and data integrity. Answers to all these questions, as well as others, really start with the facility. So first, what is a data center? A data center is a purpose-built facility used for hosting IT or communications infrastructure. In order to provide reliable hosting, data centers are typically equipped with UPS systems, generator systems, redundant chilling and air conditioning systems, as well as security measures. Data centers come in 3 basic flavors. Peak 10 is a managed data center, and that Peak 10, above and beyond the facility services, also provides a comprehensive suite of managed services. Unmanaged data centers focus primarily on the facility services, or what we in the industry call ping, power, and pipe. And a partially managed data center comes in one of 2 different types. Either it's a facility provider that provides just a few services above and beyond the facility, such as maybe data backups. Or a partially managed data center could also be a facility provider that is partnered with a third-party solution provider to provide managed services to their customers. As the byproduct of telecommunications hubs and internet exchange locations, there's another type of data center called a co-location. Co-locations are typically managed by carriers, such as AT&T or other carriers, and are also called meet-me rooms. In an instance where there's a multi-provider co-location, this is also called a carrier hotel or internet exchange. Co-locations, carrier hotels, meet-me rooms, and internet exchanges typically have lower levels of environmental redundancies than a true data center. So what are data center services? At the very basic of the data center services is the space. Depending on whether you're in a co-tenant or a single-tenant environment, space is either measured in rack units in a co-tenant environment, or in cabinets or square feet for cage suites for private infrastructure. Once you've got your space, you need some electricity to power your equipment. Here in North America, the standard voltages are 120 volt and 208 voltages for equipment. Those voltages can also come in single phase or triple phase. Triple phase is typically reserved for higher end blade chassis and storage infrastructures. Depending on its purpose, power can also be redundant or non-redundant, being fed off of alternate UPSs and generators in a redundant fashion. Once you've got the facility, you need to secure the facility, and data centers typically use such devices as video surveillance, biometrics, physical locks, and access badges to audit, log, as well as secure individual IT assets for customers. Connecting the data center to the world is the product of the bandwidth. Bandwidth comes in many different flavors and sizes depending on what type of data center you have. If you're in a co-location or carrier-provided data center, typically you only have access to one provider. In many data centers, multiple providers are brought in, and technology is used to blend those providers into a resilient network infrastructure. And then carrier services can provide private connectivity between your data center and your programming sites. Once again, it's very important to choose a data center provider that also has the suite of managed services that you need in order to augment your IT infrastructure and IT needs. These questions are individual to each individual organization and are a consultative solution that Peak 10 can provide for individual customers. But it all starts with the data center. A strong data center infrastructure can provide a resilient and strong infrastructure moving forward and can assist with scalability and maintaining your costs. Peak 10 is a real-time strategy, especially for the gaming industry. If you have any questions or would like a further consultation, please email us at the email on the screen. Also, make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the series, as we'll dive more into the managed services that can augment your IT staff. Peak 10, a real-time strategy. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you on episode 3.